Hello, aspirants. Welcome to SR Academy. SR Academy is one of the best training institutions in Food Safety Officer program. In fact, I wanted to specifically say this is one of the finest institutions which offering the FSO program in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Lot of agencies like they have different modules of training sessions, and they will be teaching FSO along with the other ones like group 1 and group 2 and an IAS IPS and all this thing. But SR Academy is specifically focusing about the FSO program specifically in Telugu states. And in this module, what specifically you are getting the information is we are teaching from a core level industrial professions as well as the regulatory practitioners who's looking into, and top faculty professionals from the top level universities are offering their program under this SR Academies. The app is available in Play Stores, and you can get the list description from the below link, and you can able to get a best modules in this app. Okay, in this regard, like I would like to give a brief introduction about the modules, how it has been designed. And you all know the notification has been released by Telangana government, and you can go through the any part of internet. You just type food safety officer notification 2022, you will get the notification, and it was detailedly given all the requirements, age limits, application dates. Application starts from July 28th onwards, and it will be a limitation till 26th August. We can able to through apply on online. So exam will be expected to be in the November. In the month of November, we can download the hall tickets just before 1 week or 10 days before to the examinations. And I wanted to specifically talk about the program, what modules has been offered by SR Academy, since it's a very familiar organization what we are specifically talking about. And lot of along with me lot of industrial and as well as faculty professionals which offering their program, and with a very keen updated requirements in as per the syllabus which is focused on into. And myself, Dr. Anjanelu Chaganti. So I am talking about the regulation requirements, laws, and specifically about implementation of Food Safety Act and HACCP and ISO and national organizations topics in these modules. I have around 15 years of industrial as well as regulatory practicing experience. I have been part of lot of colleges as a guest faculty. I'm an industry professional as well as I'm advisor to the lot of committees as well as Telangana state regulatory requirements. Also, I've been worked as a uh, advisor knowledge partner, and myself recognition from Food Safety and Standards Authority of India FSS as a training partner as well as a trainer. In fact, I wanted to specifically say I'm the top trainer in Telangana for the program called FOSTAC. It is one of the FSSA initiatives. So coming to the aspects, I was very much keen about to train you all guys, who was very much willing to looking forward these aspirations, like they wanted to become a food safety officer. This is one of a good platform what you got into it. Let us detailedly go into the subjects and what we can able to understand, the food safety officer, all these aspects. Majority of you people very aspirantly looking into when the food safety officer program is going to be launched and when was the vacancy is going to release. And this is one of the good time slot if Telangana State Public Service Commission has been launched, and very reasonably low competition you can expect. Usually the notification what we have expected about month later, but it was sooner actually. Then this is a good chance to prove yourself, and this is one of the highlighted moment in generally. So I am expecting another notification almost like after about 2-3 years of time. So this is a good chance to go ahead into it. Let us discuss about the importance of this FSO. How many of you generally understand who is an FSO, food safety officer, and what powers he has? You may not be knowing it very keen actually, but a food safety officer is an almost equal to a police officer. How do you caliber yourself, means the finest position what you can able to get in FSSCI is almost like equal to a police officer level. You majority of people you may not be knowing the duties and functions of food safety officer. People's like it's a government job and I wanted to be a part of food safety division, so I wanted to become a food safety inspector or something. So this is only one opportunity, but you are underestimating the position of food safety officer. Let us just discuss about a brief introduction about the food safety officer and what are the functions he has caliber of doing it, and what is the level of intensifying duties he is carrying under the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006. Let us just discuss about these two simple aspects. If I want to specify the food safety officer, okay, I can specifically talk about section 37 of FSS Act. You know what is the section 37 of FSS Act? It is the duties and responsibilities of a food safety officer under FSSA Act. In this, most probably you might have seen a general phenomenon, what he is carrying and what he is able to do, and what is the basic functionalities. In order to basic functionalities, this is the image what you can able to understand. Basic functions, the roles and responsibilities of a food safety officer. So he has basically three categories, three divisional aspects what he can able to do. First one is obviously inspections and sampling, and third is talking about training and awareness of facilitations of food business operators like consumers, or and who is doing business. These are the basic three functions. You all, everybody knows it. Like, in order to going in a depth concept, I just give you a brief introduction about one specific requirement actually. Subsection 2 and section 100 and subsection read subsection 47. These section criminal proceeding code, you can able to consider yourself for equal to a police officer. You can break any kind of a house or any kind of a person window, anything. If he is not cooperating and he is a victim, or he is a adjudication, he is under adjudication and he is not cooperating as per your will, you can break into any kind of a door, window, or any kind of a thing and go for your inspection, and you can carry your inspection. That is the power he is holding as a food safety officer. Most people think like, it's a very basically a small level kind of a job, but in Food Safety Act, like, he holds an immense powers. Not even the top level rank peoples, even not the commissioners, not the designated officers holds the such kind of a levels of power. He is the only barrier in between the act implementation and the public relations, FBOs and consumers. He is the only channel in order to facilitate all these requirements. He is the key personnel to implement the information from one sources to other sources. So he carries out the inspections. In order to carry, he only carries the inspection. No other person in the act, or the designated officer, or the commissioner, or the any person level, he can't do any inspection. The only person does inspection is the food safety officer. You can underline this concept. That is the power. Any person wanted to be adjudicated, food safety officer has to give a report. Any person wanted to be left sample and penalized, food safety officer, he is the roles. And he, without a food safety officer, no designated officer, not even any other person can't do anything. He is holding a lot of powers actually. He does the inspection for licensing and registrations, and he go for the routine periodic verification inspection. Because if you consider, like, a lot of people having roles, like, they are into different kinds of processing industries. They might having in his jurisdictions, like, they can consider like 10,000 of food business operators. He has that right to inspect all 10,000 food business possibility permits. He goes into different kind of activities, okay, and he compliances investigation audits. If any food poisoning complaint in this specific jurisdiction, he is the first person to go and visit that premises and scrutinize these requirements and how these situation happen, and what is the possibilities of his inspection, how he will be able to control it, or he can able to give a corrective action requirements, or he can serve the improvement notice with the help of DO approval. He suggested anything in order to even DO penalization, has the power to sign his power, but without his report we can't able to proceed anything with that. So that investigation reports, all the audit reports and all, he has to do it. Then the sampling requirement, lot of cases, usually there are two possibilities, uh, compliances in testing requirements: unsafe or misbranded or substandard food products. So in the sampling requirement, he will be taking out the food samples when he go for an inspection. If he feels that this product is not suitably good quality, then he can lift the samples and he can send the samples to the testing house, and he can able to get the report after complete verification by a testing report, and he can, based on the report, he can launch an improvement notice with the help of officer, or he can launch adjudication also. If the sample comes in unsafe, directly goes with the DO, he will goes to the signatures, and then it will goes to the officer, for food business of food business operator for doing his improvement notice requirements, or he can wanted to challenge anything also. He goes, he is the key person actually. Don't underestimate the powers, of the food safety officer. He lifts the samples and he substandard substances anything also. And in this, if he feels, if you have the adulterants in your premises, he can seize the adulterants, or any kind of food products he feels it is unsafe to his notice, he can seize the food products. May not be having his powers to seize the premises, but he can seize any kind of food products. He can stop any kind of vehicle in his jurisdictions, that if this vehicles carrying any kind of food products and he feels he wanted to testify the food products whether it is okay or not, he can stop any kind of vehicle within his jurisdictions, and he can obviously seize the material if he is not confident about the safety of the product. Such kind of a powers that food safety officer is holding. And he is also a bridge between implementation of this all food safety aspects under this food safety act. He holds that same kind of interest to give all the information to a food business operator. Why the food safety awareness? Because obviously complaints are raising, and he has to give a lot of communication what FSSA is thinking. It should not be having any kind of possibility that all food business operator opens the act and opens the website and read about all the regulations. Not possible. And the only bridge, as I said, food safety officer holds the connectivity between the food business operators, and he takes care of engaging the food safety plans in the local, regional municipalities, panchayat offices, or anganwadis, all this thing. He has to subjectfully give all the food safety plans, how these food safety aspects can be facilitated in the specific district or in the specific region. He is the key aspect. And any cases, legality issues, food safety officer has to be there to give his adjudication requirements to the joint collectors or collectors and judges and all. Any trial cases, food safety officer, that's what his roles and responsibilities in this act. And he gives the all awareness information to consumers. Consumers are very key in here. The entire food safety act is based upon the consumer awareness, consumer empowerment. Any possibility of the food poisoning issues, who will be affecting? It's the public. And he holds the general responsibility that the food safety has to be reached to the corner, each and corner luke of the villages. Okay, so this is what the entire responsibilities in a brief level. If I wanted to discuss about 10-15 minutes, this is what you can able to expect. And this option, okay, this option, he is immense power. He have regular powers, like he can able to seize it, or superpowers, if I wanted to say specifically. He can able to seize the materials, and he can put him into adjudications, and he can serve the help improvement notice with the help of DOs and trainings, all the aspects levels. Other than that, he has lot of other powers also, and consideration in section 39 also. He can able to serve requirements, whatever the penalization requirements and adjudication requirements also. And he holds the same level, he holds certain responsibility that he also to be fair enough in quality and serving the justification towards his duties. And he is basically, in order to explain, he can serve the prohibition orders also. What the court has been given some prohibition order to stop this activity, he takes with the prohibition orders and he goes with the government, and he stops that actually. And he can issue emergency prohibition orders also. With the help of DO and commissioner, he can able to issue prohibition. Means like if something happening in front of his eyes and he wanted to stop that, no, he can't able to seize the premises, but he can able to help issuing in prohibition orders with the help of the top level people like DOs and commissioner also. That is the power he is holding. Without the food safety officer, there is no FSSI act. That is what the power of a food safety officer. So this module is a basic simple modules, and we are clearly telling about the roles and responsibilities of food safety officer. And in previous lectures, like we clearly explained almost like more than around 12 different aspects we are covering into national schemes, what is BIS and HACCP requirements, and what is the functionality and hierarchy of FSSAI. All these aspects and all very clearly detailed discussed in the app. And subscribe to the channel, and take clear notes of each and every aspect in order to go to the FSO. It is not that easy. You have a lot of aspects also. And one good thing about this SR Academy is you can get paper one in Telugu and regional languages like Telugu and English also. Okay, so you can have a multiple options going through, and you have a class discussions, previous exam paper discussions, and question and answer sessions, and all we will be holding into. So whatever the topics you have, like you can mark your questionnaires, and you can put forward to it, or you can put it into the comments also. Our team will be responding to that, whatever the clarifications, and we will be organizing a live class also about the discussion, whatever the inspected requirements, like in order to have what certain clarifications you would like to. There is a live session also is coming up, and you can able to have multiple options. We want you to be a successful food safety officer. You know the power of it. He is the key aspect in implementing all the food safety aspects. So food means safety, safety means implementation. All thing happens with food safety officer. We SR Academy help you to achieve your target and become a successful food safety officer and save the world with this requirement. Thank you so much.